Hello, Tim from Fair Play Now on the 27th of October 2021, and following on from a recent video I did that showed a certain guy with horrible skin complications thanks to a certain you-know-what. I think you'll know what I'm talking about. I'm going to talk a little bit more about these so-called complications that comes from a certain thing called the big V. So I am sort of getting more and more things coming my way that's talking about more and more people suffering from these things. I had a very recent comment under one of my videos, just one from yesterday I think it was, talking about, and thanks to you for this comment, to the subscriber who left that, and they were saying how this 17-year-old girl was found dead in her bed very recently, and that was after taking you-know-what, and they, I don't know who it was, the doctors or whoever, were putting it down to cot death. 17-year-old girl? Really? Cot death? I mean, how desperate are you getting? Yeah, when will you wake up if you're going to come out with absolute nonsense like that? Perfectly healthy 17-year-old passing away sort of not that long after having a certain thing. I don't think it's cot death somehow. So yeah, anyone trying to cover what's going on up with nonsense like that, well, I'm afraid you are very much on the wrong side of history, because this is going on. I'm seeing more and more sort of people saying this. I am in a position where I'm kind of in contact one way or the other with quite a lot of people, and this really is going on. It is happening, and I'm doing my utmost to speak out about it. And I just wish people would begin to sort of wake up, realise what's really going on, not put it down to nonsense like cot deaths for sort of people who are sort of pretty much nearly adults. Absolutely ridiculous. So I'm going to recommend two videos for you to watch, which is all on this topic. Both recommended to me by subscribers, so thank you very much for you who sent me these links through. The first one is called The Testimonies Project, the movie, and it's, well, both of these videos I'm recommending are, believe it or not, on this platform, so I'll leave a link below in the comments section and in the description box for you to go and watch. But the Testimonies Project, it's interviewing all of these Israeli people, because as you know, Israel is really probably the foremost country in the whole world for the big V. I think they kind of began it sort of, you know, much earlier than sort of many other countries, and got sort of pretty much their entire population sort of times two'd with the big V, you know, a lot earlier than, well, even the UK, and certainly sort of way earlier than many other places on Earth. So they are probably well ahead of the curve as far as complications are concerned as well. And the amount of people on this video talking about the problems they've had and that they're having, and people they've known who have passed away, it's just unbelievable. You know, you just need to watch it just to see the range of people, young and old, male and female, it doesn't really matter what the demographic is, they're all suffering from this thing. So a really worthwhile one to see. Now another one, or the other video I'm going to recommend, it's called Kyle's Complication, and it's a video by Dr. John Campbell. Now Dr. Campbell is someone whose videos I saw a few of well over a year ago, probably sort of 13, 14, 15 months ago, and I kind of ended up really not having that much time for him because he just seemed really kind of pro narrative and pro this, pro that, and so I kind of just really lost patience with him and haven't really seen any of his videos until this one that I saw just a couple of days ago. And despite being pro-narrative, he is talking about complications to the big V. So I've got to give him respect for his open-mindedness, that he is actually talking about what's going on, unlike most other doctors and unlike obviously mainstream media or anyone else with large platforms or large channels on platforms like this. So I've got to give him a little bit of sort of respect because he is willing to talk about this, albeit he is still quite sort of pro Big V, despite interviewing this guy, and the guy himself actually still seems to be sort of pro or fairly pro Big V still, despite having horrendous complications. But in this video, John Campbell is interviewing Kyle, who was up until very recently a very fit mountain biker, and he has been struck down by all sorts of horrible complications, and he's not a well man at all. And I think he's shortly going to Washington DC to kind of stand up in front of whatever government thing he's going to go and sort of see to tell this story. So that is kind of what the interview is all about, his whole story, and what he suffered from. So it's a worthwhile watch, and it just goes to show you that if even Dr. Campbell is now talking about this, it is a real problem out there, and more people seem to be waking up to it. And I think the more we kind of share these sort of videos and talk to people about it, the more people will sort of wake up going forward as well. So with that said, I will leave you to watch these two videos. As I say, I'll leave links to both of them in the comment section and the description box below. So I'll leave it there. Tim from Fair Play now. Thanks for watching.